Alright, I'm going to make this very quick, but hello everyone, welcome to another edition of We Are Not Entertained. I believe I haven't done this in a while, so how's everyone doing? I know I've been doing good. I've been watching a lot of stuff, I've been working, and I've been very confused as to what's been happening during the wrestling stuff. So let's just get straight into it. What I'm talking about is the, how do I put it this way? The White Rabbit. So, how do I explain this? The White Rabbit started, I don't remember when this started. These just started just happening randomly during live events, Raw and Smackdown, and sometimes you would see like a QR code or two during NXT. But as the months go on, I think this started around the start of September. I'd like to say that I'm right on that, but I know I'm not. I'm probably going to look this up. And it's probably going to say something else. But yeah, I'd like to say, since I'm just going to say the start of September, that WWE has been playing this eerie song. I don't know what the song is actually called. But there's no music or anything. It's just the voice and vocals. So what happens is during breaks, this song would play, and it'd be dark. It'd just be black, and then when a certain lyric would play, the lights would turn red. And everyone was speculating all that, and then we get the first QR code where it's like, who killed the world? You did. And then a couple of QR codes later, it's the same thing, but it's just vignettes from certain past superstars. And a lot of people were speculating, because in one of the TikToks, I think they, when it said who killed the world, you did, they used Edge. So everyone thought it was Edge. Edge ended up coming back, helping the Mysterios and all that, and, he's getting a match at Extreme Rules. More on that in just a bit before I finish this. And then, so a lot of people thought, oh, this is Edge, probably all that. And then it was debunked that it wasn't Edge. And then the next most logical person, I think, was Karrion Kross, or Killer. I like to call him Killer Kross because that's how I knew him in Impact. But yeah, it was Killer. Everyone thought it was Karrion Kross. Then he goes on. I think he does an interview, or he goes on. I think it was Busted Open. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't get the story straight. He then says the White Rabbit is not me. So then it's like, oh, who else could it be? Oh, none other than Twitter's favorite wrestler, Bray Wyatt. And as of recently, I want to talk about not this Friday's, this is going out on, I'm talking about last Friday's. So last Friday's teaser was some of the most off-putting stuff I have ever seen in my entire life. So it was, and they always, here's the thing with the White Rabbit stuff. They put in these QR codes and all that at completely random times during the show. There was no set time when these happen. These are just, it's almost like, how's the best analogy? It's almost like a thunderstorm or a weather occurrence in Minecraft. They happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen. So, look, that's the best, comparison I could come up with at the moment. So, I'm working with a lot of things here. I'm very tired. I just got home from work. I'm very tired. I can pass out at any moment if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm recording this because I need to get it to Brock. Either way, I'm getting sidetracked. These just happened at random, but as of late, they've been happening during certain people's backstage promos and all that. Case in point, last Friday, there was a package with Karrion Kross basically talking about, his strap match, the strap match that he's going to have with Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules. More on Extreme Rules in just a bit. And after the promo was done, the screen glitches out and it shows the QR code. And everyone was like, ooh, yay, QR code, cool, let's scan it. And it shows this very off-putting, and I mean highly off-putting video of the Three Little Pigs and then the Big Bad Wolf. Look, it's out there. I suggest to watch it. If you're scared very easily and you can easily get freaked out by the littlest things, I suggest not watching that video. So anyway, that video plays, and then there gives a number, 1911, and everyone is connecting it. Also there's also Morse code when it was playing. So someone ended up translating the Morse code into Azazel Reborn, and then the link that you go to see said video was 1911, and people figured it out that the last time we saw Bray Wyatt doing like a Mad Hatter thing, he had the number 1911. Look, at this point, it's look. I'm not going to speculate who it is. It's Bray Wyatt. And Mondays. And if Mondays, I'm going to talk about Mondays because this Mondays was the most obvious one. So we're backstage with Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, and Candice LeRae. Yes, Candice LeRae is on the main roster now. Thank God. Johnny Gargano. All of Triple H's kids are basically up on the main roster now, which is a good thing to see. So what happens during that backstage interview is that there's a distorted image of Lily the doll. Lily the doll, yes, the doll that Alexa Bliss used to carry around and all that. It glitched out, and then it showed a QR code. So this QR code, this was the one that took the cake of what the hell. So this QR code showed a photo of, I think it was Samsonite and Delilah. Samson and Delilah. So for the people that do not know the tale of Samson and Delilah, Samson is this ridiculously strong person because of his hair or something like that. Look, I don't remember. I think this is like a Bible story or something like that. And then he ends up loving this girl named Delilah, and he tells Delilah of how he has his power. So while Samson was asleep, Delilah cut off all of his hair, thinking she could get the power if she had the hair. So, and note how this is with Alexa Bliss. Basically, Delilah traced Samsonite. Oh damn it! Nope. Forgot to mute my Alexa. Either way, Delilah betrays Samson. And people obviously compare that to Alexa Bliss betraying Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, basically the last time we saw him. So, if this, and then there was some Predator language and all that, and then and then coordinates and all that, like coordinates, something in the Predator language. I wish I was making that up. That is 1,000% a true thing. I am not joking when I said there was Predator language and all that. That threw people off for a loop. But then people kind of got away from that and then found coordinates and a date. October the 8th at the Wells Fargo Center. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is October 8th? Oh yeah, it's Extreme Rules. It's in Philadelphia this year. It's in the Wells Fargo Center. So that means we will get to see who the White Rabbit is. Or, more likely is, we will see Bray Wyatt return on Saturday. Now, is it going to be Bray Wyatt? Yes, probably. But wouldn't it be something if it was someone completely different? Now, there was something I saw that someone said it could be Baron Corbin. And that is blasphemy. There's no way they would have Baron Corbin do such a drastic character change to what he's doing. The next person that I saw was Joe Gacy from NXT, which I could dig it. It makes sense. He kind of had stuff like this he's kind of a great value version of Bray Wyatt, in my opinion. But it's not Joe Gacy. I think that's his name. I don't know. I don't watch NXT a lot. I feel like that sounds right. Either way, I digress. Wouldn't it be funny if it was Bo Dallas? Like, just hear me out for a second. You know, there was always talks, or there was always those hypotheticals, you know, Bo Dallas being with Bray and all that, and that would have been cool. I mean, they could do it if they want to. So, Vince isn't here anymore. So, that would be a very interesting thing to see. Very, very, very interesting thing to see. But either way. So, let's get back on track to who I think it's going to be. It's definitely going to be Bray Wyatt, obviously. And that crowd is going to explode is going to just absolutely erupt when that man comes back. Now, when do I think he comes back? Probably during the strap match between Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. It just makes sense because one of the times that, you know, that one of the teasers showed up was during a Karrion Kross promo. But yeah, let's talk about Extreme Rules real quick because this card, oh my god. This card is just amazing. Let me go through this card because this card goes like this. Let me... Excuse me. The card goes like this. We have a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match between the Brawling Brooks and Imperium. So also I'd like to take note that as the Friday this is going out, this is technically the quote-unquote season premiere Smackdown, which is basically just a new it's just basically just new stories and all that thing. So we will see an IC title match between Sheamus and Walter, not Gunther, Walter. That's Walter. Not calling him Gunther. Either way, I really hope Sheamus wins, but there's going to be some nefarious actions by an Imperium that's going to cost him the IC title. So I think Walter's going to keep that belt going into Extreme Rules. Either way, what else? We have Edge versus Finn Balor. So here's what I like about Triple H. He's actually putting matches in Extreme Rules that set the fitting of said pay-per-view. A Donnybrook match, which is just no hold bars. We have an I Quit match between Edge and Finn Balor, where the only way someone can win is if the other person says, I quit. Unless, you know, there's one match still going on because, you know, Randy Orton said an incoherable sound when submitting. We have Edge and Finn Balor in a I Quit match. Yeah, in an I Quit match, Edge and Finn Balor. That match is going to fucking slap. Hell, all the matches on this card are going to fucking slap. No, except maybe one, I think. Okay, but first, who I have winning the Donnybrook match? I'd like to say Imperium, because it's just Imperium. I love Imperium, but I love all 6 men that are in this ring. We're going to have big, meaty men slapping meat. Big, meaty men slapping meat. For the Edge and Finn Balor one, I just feel like it's an I Quit match, so anything can go. I say Finn Balor picks up the win because of, you know, Rhea Ripley, her dog Dominic Mysterio, and oh god, why am I blanking on his name? Why am I blanking on his Damian Priest? I don't know why I was blanking on Damian Priest's name. I feel so bad for doing that. I don't know. I think Finn gets that win there. I'm going to be completely wrong on all these picks. I already know it. The next match, we have the strap match between Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. I think Karrion Kross picks up the win and make them look really strong. Of course, that makes Drew look bad, but I feel like a certain someone is going to come back during this match, and that person is Bray Wyatt. So, yeah. Next match is Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins in a fight pit match with Daniel Cormier as special guest referee during this match. Yes, that is right. Daniel Cormier is finally in WWE, which means Brock Lesnar is 1,000% coming out during this match, and Cormier and Lesnar are going to have a match at Crown Jewel. I guarantee it that they are going to have a match in Saudi Arabia. Do I hate it that's in Saudi Arabia? Yes, absolutely. Do I like the fact that it's Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar in a WWE ring? Love it. Love every single aspect of it because I know they can build it up well. Both great talkers and all that. Plus, Daniel Cormier has always talked about wanting to do stuff with the WWE. So, it's not... It could be... I mean, there's one person I don't want to mess around with. It's Daniel Cormier. That dude could mess you up 7 days, 6 ways into Sunday and on a Sunday. I don't know, but this feud between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins has just been downright masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It almost reminds me of Edge and Triple H. It almost reminds me of Shawn Michaels and Triple H during their absolute blood feud in the early Ruthless Aggression era, and it all culminated with the SummerSlam match, which was amazing. But I think I want to go Matt Riddle. I'll go Matt Riddle on this one. The next match we have is the ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship between Bianca Belair and Bayley. Look, I'm going to keep it straight. I love Bianca Belair. I think she has the it factor. She's good with the crowd. She's over like Rover, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're going to have Bayley, win this match. I just have that gut feeling in my gut is telling me Bayley's going to win this match. I don't know, man. I just got that feeling. But either way, I think Bayley wins this title. The next match is the Extreme Rules match for SmackDown Women's title. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Look, there's going to be one stinker on this card, and I feel like this might be the stinker because it's Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. Look, it's no hate towards Liv. I love Liv Morgan. I think she's a great wrestler. She keeps improving and keeps proving herself that she is a good wrestler. But like I said a couple weeks ago at Clash of the Castle, I just cannot buy in to her being a SmackDown Women's Champion. I always think she's one of those people that can always be the bridesmaid, never the bride. So, that's just my honest opinion. That's no hate or harking or downplaying Liv Morgan as a champion in the WWE. I'm just saying it's just sometimes the thrill of the chase is always better. Because once you get that, it's like, especially in wrestling, the thrill of the chase is always the best. Because once that said person gets it, it's like, oh, cool. Now what can you do with it? And Liv hasn't really shown me what she can really do. I mean, she had the cut. I mean, she had the rushed match with Ronda at SummerSlam. That was rushed because Logan Paul decided to go long. I should probably talk about that. Because of the Logan Paul match and all that. So they were cut for time there. And then they had her somehow beat Shayna Baszler, which I just can't, which was like kind of the straw that broke the camel's back on. I just can't buy in on Liv Morgan being a SmackDown, a women's champion when NXT Shayna Baszler is back. And if that was in NXT, Shayna would have ripped Liv Morgan to absolute shreds. That match would not even be 7 seconds easily, flat. That match would have been less than 6 seconds. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen. Those are the matches that have only been announced. It's a 6-card match. Roman's not on the show. The Usos aren't on this show. So I guess it's kind of a break. So, but I'm going to circle back to Logan Paul. So, a couple weeks ago, Roman Reigns was on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, which ever since post-2016, I hate to say this, but I've grown to respect Logan Paul as an adult. He knew he messed up with the incident in 2016, as I will say the incident because I do not want this podcast to get deleted, because a certain someone I know would be very unhappy if that happened. After that, he really matured as an adult, because before that, he was just a toddler he was acting like a Rob Gronkowski. But either way, it was a very good interview. It's kind of up there with with some good wrestling interviews. I mean, the best wrestling interview of all time outside of WWE and all that is going to be the Brock Lesnar Pat McAfee. Don't break the table, proceeds to break the table into literal smithereens. It's like, you pay like $80 million, and then Brock goes, you could pay like $80 million a year. You can afford it on our table. I'm going to re-listen to that again. Excuse me. But it was a really good interview. They talked about, how he was basically, handed the keys to the kingdom. How he had to work his way up to the business. What led up to him joining the family business because of his leukemia and the football stuff and, family, all that kind of stuff. It was a great interview. You should go give it a listen if you want to. This is not me self-plugging Impulsive. We are not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying it was just a really good interview. If you want to listen to it, I highly suggest listening to it. But I guess this was to set up like an angle between the two, because I guess apparently after the interview was over, when Brock left, when Roman left and all that, he was like, God, I'm gonna face this guy. I'm gonna wrestle him now, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. So at Crown Jewel in November, we will have Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal title. And I just want to say this to Triple H. I know he's not listening, but bravo, sir. Bravo that you want to purge the internet wrestling community in holy hellfire. Because Twitter is going to be in flames when this match happens. Because here's the thing. Logan Paul is a damn good wrestler. And he has no right to be as good as he is. No right. That man can do a Three Amigos so well. And I still cannot get over the fact how well he also did a frog splash. His frog splashes are just downright amazing. It makes RVD jealous. But, yeah. This match is happening. Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul at Crown Jewel. Triple H just wants to see the world burn. And he wants to see the internet wrestling community in flames. And I'm all for it, because sometimes we might need to hit the reset button on the IWC generator, because there's a lot of horny motherfuckers in there. A lot of horny bastards. Bonk, bonk. Go to jail, please. But, let's see. What else to talk about WWE? Oh, yes! Commentary changes. So, as of, 20 hours ago, this is per Sean Ross Sapp, we have some changes to the commentary teams in Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Your team in Raw will be Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. Kathy Kelly is back and will work as an interviewer, as will Byron Saxton. So Byron Saxton is back to what he was loathing the most, being an interviewer and all that. Pretty sure Byron Saxton is fucking destroying his hotel room as we're speaking. It's nice to see Kathy Kelly back. I always loved her as an interviewer and all that. I always just thought she had a sense of realism. She had a good knowledge of the business and all that kind of stuff. Plus, she was very good looking. I digress. I'm getting a bonk. I bonked myself. SmackDown will consist of Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, and then NXT's team will be Vic Joseph and Booker T. This is per Variety. This was a national major news outlet. Of course, people are probably going to be wondering, where's Jimmy Smith? Unfortunately, Jimmy Smith is no longer on Raw's commentary team, which really sucks because I love Jimmy Smith as much as the next person. He was really good on the Raw commentator's desk, and I hope he does well on whatever he does next. God, this is... How long am I doing this? God, for 25 minutes? This is going to be a WWE one. I'm going to real quick talk about AEW. They're basically doing what WCW did in 2001, although they're making WCW 2001 look like make it look like Raw. Raw is War. Like, WCW in 2001 is tame compared to what the hell is happening in AEW. So during Grand Slam, during the ROH World Heavyweight title match, I believe it was Kevin Kelly, he was talking about CM Punk, and apparently there is going to be a buyout of his contract, and I don't think we'll see him wrestle again. Look, I get that there was a nice little honeymoon phase, but the fallout from the All Out, Backstage brawl and all that, had some repercussions. I get Tony Khan was very light on what happened. You know, he had him vacate the title. He suspended the Bucks and Kenny Omega. Punk's friend, I think, also got suspended indefinitely. These are indefinite suspensions, by the way, just throwing that out there. And, this was from Kevin Kelly on ROH because when ROH has a match, they always have the ROH commentary team. So he was talking about, there's going to be a buyout of his contract and we might not see him wrestle again. This is just, and he also said the words, this is just speculation. And I looked through Sean Ross Sapps of Fightful.com's Twitter. It was very vague on if this was like a real thing or a work. Then again, this is CM Punk we're talking about, so who knows? I guess Andrade and Sammy Guevara got into a fight because Sammy Guevara was just being a big fat piece of shit and asshole. God, that Ethan Page promo where they're talking about him and Ty being a PR disaster is just gets truer and truer every single day. So, yeah. God, that's pretty much it in AEW. I guess Jon Moxley's a 3-time AEW champion now, which is really nice to see. It's pretty much, that's pretty much going to cover it, actually, for wrestling. So, I might have some posts. So since the Stream Rules is Saturday, I might have some, post-show stuff that I might put up on the website for the blogs. But as of this moment, I am working on the White Rabbit saga of WWE. I'm calling it the White Rabbit saga because I don't know how long this lasts. But, this is pretty much going to do it for this episode of We Are Not Entertained. I have been Tommy Haley. You can find me on Twitter at dude_rex14. You can also find the B-Card Entertainment Twitter page at BCardENT. The B, the C, and the E are capitalized, but there's an underscore right between the B and the C. I believe Big Time Talkers is already out. We talked about sports. We talked about football. Lots of football. We talked about, where everyone pole positioning in the MLB, playoffs, and all that. As Brock stated, I'm going to do, this is my week for Wayne, so CSP will be in my place next week, and then I'll have Wayne the week after that. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Plus, I'll have a blog out on Extreme Rules. But bye now, take care. I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to pass out. Before that, please drink your water. Goodbye.